Hello. Fancy meeting you here. Happy Tuesday morning to y'all. Hi. I'm safe. I'm sitting alone and feeling empty. No, I am not. I am sitting and feeling excellent to help to do pixel art today. I'm just feeling a little bit lonely because Z can't be here. So, we're going to miss her, but maybe she'll join us next week and we'll see what's going on. Who knows? I got to check my sound here. So give me just 1 minute, please. Everything looks good here. We're ready to go. Hi, I'm Mammy. Welcome to the Mammy Mushrooms channel. So, this is the second pixel art in this series, and it's going to be, it's not a Faberge egg, but it's similar to one. It's the only word I could really find to define what it is that we're going to be doing. So, look, here we are. We're ready to go. It looks pretty cool, huh? That's how tall the egg is going to be, by the way. So if you're going to copy, you need 5 grids, and I'll explain the grid. And you need them about 100 tall. It's not quite 100, but it is really close to that. So let's get busy. I'm in my blow yard. Actually, I'm on the railroad to the blow yard. So further up this way is the blow yard. You can see one of my guns hanging there in the air. The first piece of pixel art that's going to go the next time we blow. So, c'est la vie to that one. But this one will stay because this one's going to be on my rail line to the blow yard. So this is what I've created for it. I wanted a little kind of church type thing, kind of a southwestern look to it. Spring, Easter is what our theme is. And this is a special season because we are collaborating with ZZ and 3RD. So let's go inside and get our colors. I'll explain that to you. So this is an 18 color pixel art, definitely for the intermediaries, okay? Let me get my colors. I'm just copying, or it's pick block in your... It's the first 9 right there, so I'm going to go ahead and throw those up. Get rid of that. And then I'm going to start all over again. Copy 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And now I'm going to turn and I'm going to put those in my upper belt because that is where they will sit for the duration of the instruction. And down will come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay? So, I have all these colors in my belt, and I'm going to explain why I have what I have here. So, in the pixel art, I'm going to tell you what the colors are. One is it's almost like the diamond color beneath me, but not the diamond ore, but I chose diamond ore for a reason. 2 is a very light lime green. I chose an ore, of course. 3 is a Just consider it a light green. Not a light lime green, just a light green. 4 is, I would call it medium green. 5 is dark green. 6 is the grandma apple green, so it's really green. 7 is a lightish purple, so there's 7. And 7 could be that color, but I chose a little bit darker. There's not that many purples. 8 is dark green, and 9 is even lighter cherry apple or grandma apple green. So I chose the translucent slime block because you can light that behind that. So moving on to 10, which is in this, in this upper belt. So this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Black concrete there. So if this is 10, on the pattern, the color is a very light, pale purple. But once again, I went just a little bit darker with my purples. 11 is a dark purple as well, but it's got a little bit more, I would say, blue in it. So I just went with dark purple. Now here's where I had trouble. 12 and 13, there really aren't any colors that look like this to me. 12 was, or is, you could call it a dark tan, and 13 is a light tan. So I just was forced to go with wood. I may change these out. And since I was in the woods, I needed kind of a teal wood, and the only place that you can, or a teal color, and the only place that you can get teal is in the woods. So I took the wood there. 15, this was the hardest one of all. 15 is has a yellow green tint to it, and I could find nothing that has a yellow green tint. So I may be dissatisfied with this color, and I may change it later out. 16 is another purple. Grandma purple is what I call this. It's just not quite dark, but it's dark. 17 is exactly this color, the bone. So because it's a directional block in this game, you have to throw it down all the time. And 18, I just chose black concrete. It's just black. So those are the colors. And let's get busy. I may change this color out to this. I'm going to go out and explain why. Okay, so the egg, oh honey. Go on. Get out. Go. Okay, they've been there all morning. It's just driving me crazy. Okay, so in this pixel art, we're going to start in the center, and I've marked the center. So in making your grids, make sure that you have 10 spaces in between each one, exactly 10, so that basically on the 11th would be your grid, then another 10 spaces, and an 11th. If you don't do that, you're going to get mixed up in the pattern. And then, like I said, 100 high. Holy crap. Now, this Faberge egg sits in a holder, and the holder kind of goes, you know, up like this, and then down like this, and then the egg sits in it like this. So in this very beginning, I'm going to, for now, yes, I'm going to switch it out to this color. And the reason I'm going to do that, so you can see it's moved my diamond ore up, is because this egg does sit in this container. I don't want to confuse people. The reason why this is intermediate is because it has 18 colors. So we're going to be switching out a lot of colors, but we can do it. We'll go slow and it'll work just fine. So this number 1, you can consider it kind of a blank, and that's why I'm copying it with the diamond. By the way, it's pretty much this color, number 1, in the pattern. So starting at this center grid, I've just marked the top and the bottom so we never get confused with a gold. We're going to start here, and we're going to go to the right of the center grid, and every single one of these is a 1 on this first row. So just go ahead and put that in, just like that. And then every single one of the next 2 rows are 1s. So I will be taking this out after we finish the PixelArt and putting in my own, probably that aura that you saw. But so that we're not confused, I just wanted to use, you could consider these blank if you're going to do background color, and I'm not doing background color, and that's essentially what this is background color. But I will not be in my piece doing it. It's just because it fits into my environment here in a special way. Okay, now we need a number 15. Woohoo! We're going to switch out already. So because I'm not probably going to use that 1 anymore, I'm not going to worry about bringing it back down. I'm just going to bring it up. This number 1 spot is our transitory spot, and it will always and only be our transitory spot. So if we need a 10, that 10 will come up and come down into our 1 spot, and then it'll go back. If we need a 15, which is what we need, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, it's the color I'm unsure about. Then we're going to bring it down. And let's just go ahead and put it in, and then put it in above it, and then put it in above it, and next to it, and then above it 3 times, just like that. Okay? Go to the end of that row, that 3rd row, and put it there too. And the rest are 1s. So I'm going to put my 15 back, bring my 1 down, and fill with 1s. Okay, sorry, if I had a camera. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, and in between these are also 1s. So basically blanks or the color that you choose for number 1 is what's right there. And that catches us up. So now we're going to need a number 12. So the same thing. I have kind of like a tunic on, and it kind of like raises up when I sit down off my shoulders, and it rubs on my headphones, and it is driving me bonkers. All right, so I've adjusted. Let's hope it works. So up goes the 1, and now I need a 12. So if this is 10, this is 11, this is 12. So I'm going to bring it down, and we're going to put the 12 in 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then go all the way to the end and put it in once. Okay? And now we're going to get that 15 back. So up goes that. Down comes the 15. You can just hit Y there, and it'll go down in that empty first spot. That's why the transitory is always the 1 spot, because if you hit Y, it just naturally brings it down to your 1 spot. Put 4 15s here. that's it for that right there. So this is what you should have at this point. And now we're going to need a number 13. Ooh. But before we put away our, this is a 12, right? Oh no, this is a 15. Never mind. Never you mind. Okay, we need we need 6 13s. So if this is 10, this is 11, this is 12, this is 13. And we need it 6 times. I have to do something at the end of this row. And then we also need it once here. And now we need number 12 in the middle. 3 of them. So it looks like that. Now, like I said, these might all get changed out. Who knows? You know, who knows? Okay, so we're beginning now on the apparatus that is holding the egg. That is all we're doing right there. So now we need 15s. So I'm going to put this back. Bring that 15 down. And we need it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. And now we're going to do a bunch of switching out. So we'll just go slow. Now we need a 12. So we put the 15 back. We bring the 12 down. Throw that 12 just 1 time. Put the 12 back. Bring the 13 down. And throw that 13 4 times. Put the 13 back. And now we need a 17. Ooh, 17. Now mine is directional, so I have to throw it down so that I get this color. It is kind of a bone color. More appropriate would be that color, but I don't want the circles. So I just want the solid. Okay, so that is kind of, for this grid, the end of that apparatus. So now we're going to begin on the actual egg. Now in the egg itself there are blanks, and I'll probably end up adding my auxiliary color, but I'll do it at the end, and my auxiliary color will be this, the sea lantern, but I'll do it at the end. Okay, so that means this next row starts the egg, and we need 4 8s. So, but first of all, I'm going to put my 17 back. And I'm just going to leave my transitory spot open because we know that the ones are just at the bottom and on the outside of the egg. So we need 4 number 8s. So if this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, there it is right there. Go ahead and put it down 4 times. And then a single 5, and then a single 8. And now here's where we have a blank, so don't put anything there. And then here we have an 8. And then to finish the line we need a single 12 and a single 13. So 10, 11, 12. It's just the end of the container holding it. 12 back and 13. I'm just going to go ahead and put 13 back. And then that's that row with the blank. Okay, moving on to the next row. That one starts out 5 8 5 8 8. So if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 8, 5, 8, 8, and then 5, 6, ooh, 5, 6, and then 5, 8, 8 to finish it off. 5, 8, 8. Cool. Okay. Easy peasy. It's just that there's a lot of switch out in you know, because we have 18 colors. All right, let's start that next row. Starts with a 5, 8, 5, 5. 5, 8, and then a 5, 5, like so. Then 3 8s, a single 6, ooh, a blank, and then a 5 at the grid. So you can see these blanks are going to allow for seeing through on the egg, which is okay if that's what the picture that you want, but I'm going to probably use light for mine on those. It's just perfect. It's just calling for it. The next row, let's start. Starts out with 5, 5, 8. Shocker. 5, 5. And then a single 8. And then 3 5s. 2 8s. And then 2 6s to the grid. Ooh. I'm starting to see the shape of an egg, I believe. Okay, the next row starts out with a single 6, which we're on, a 6, a 5, an 8, 4 5s, a 2 8s, and then a blank. So that's a blank. Don't put anything in that. Ooh, I like it. Okay, the next row starts out with 3 6s. An 8, just one. And then 4 5s. And then an 8 and a 4. Ooh. Ooh. So I might go around the other side after this is all done with completely different colors and do it on the other side, different colors. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how hard it is. Okay, the next row starts out 6, 9, 6. Ooh, slime block. 6, 9, 6. Cool. And then 5 5s. And then 2 8s to the grid. So I keep forgetting to do this after each line. I apologize. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Oh my gosh. I don't know how many times I do this. I kill my bell rather than ring it. It's going to be like a tradition, I guess, huh? Dong. If that's too loud, turn your sound down. If it's not loud enough, turn your sound up. And by the way, good morning, good morning. We slept the night away. Good morning to you. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday. And I genuinely mean that. I hope that at least one point of your day can be made happy and gay. And I don't mean that in a gay way. I just mean it a happy way. Don't freak out, people. Okay. Moving on. Did you hear my chicken cricket? He must hear me. So the next row starts with a 6. And then we have 2 9s. Oh, I'm just going to love this. So right behind this, you can put light. And so it really helps backlight this in a special way. Okay, and then after that, we have a 6 again. And then 2 5s. My chicken is wishing you a happy Tuesday too. A 9. And then 3 5s to the grid. Hear it? It's pretty loud cricket. Chicken from Cricket the Selkie, the miniature chicken. Okay, the next row starts out with 6 6 9 9. He must hear me. And then a 5 9. And then 5 9 5 5. Sorry. There's really nothing I can do about it if you hear it. You're just going to have to listen to him sing his song. Okay, the next line starts out with a single 5. Two 6s. A 9 and then a 6. A single 5. 2 9s and 2 5s. To the grid, like that. Okay, that next row starts out with 2 5s and a single 6. 5 5 6. And then 2 9s and a 6. A 5. And then 9 9 5 at the grid. Good. Okay, the next row is going to start out with an 8. You forgot about the 8, didn't you? Just been sitting there waiting patiently. Just one of them. And then 2 5s. And then 6 9 9. And then 6 6 9 6. See, it's easy. If you just go 10 by, 10 at a time, it's not so hard. Okay, the next row starts out with a single 5. Ooh, pretty. 2 8s. Ooh, there's those forgotten 8s. And then a single 5 again. And then a 6 followed by 3 9s. And then 2 6s to the grid. Like that. Very cool. Okay, the next row starts out with an 8 again. And then 2 5s. 2 8s. A single 5. And then 4 6s to the grid. Very cool. So if you didn't like, these are leaves, by the way. So it's kind of, I'll pull back here so you can see. These are going to be leaves in the egg. that are on top of the egg. We haven't even gotten to the egg yet. So sorry. Okay, the next row starts out 5, 8, 5. And then 9, 5. Oops. Three eights. And then 5, 3. I'm starting to get the first gems. So I may change these out. I may not like the look of it. I may make it the emerald itself. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I just thought it'd look really cool to see what does it look like with these ores. Ores. Take a sip of coffee. Colombian today. But it's cold. Okay, the next row starts out 5, 5, 8, 5. 5, 5, 8, 5. And 9. Followed by 2 5s. And then 8, 8, 5. Like that. And I guess we're going to have to learn all about, like, you know, how Faberge Egg started. 3, 5 starts the next one. I'll find out. We'll talk about that next week. 1, 2, 3. And then an 8, 9, 9. And then 5, 5, 8, 5. To the grid. Okay, the next one is 6, 6, 5, 6, 5, 9, 9, 5, 5, 8. To the grid. Very cool. Five, and then 3 6s starts the next one. And then a 2 6. Oh, I solved it. Oh, the problem of the chord. A 2 6, and then 9 9 5 5. I can focus now. It was like a grinding in my ear, like a grinding, you know, in your bones or your teeth. It's just simply my cord rubbing on something, rubbing on that tunic, and it was driving me nuts. But I got it. I moved the cord. Go figure. 6 6 9 6. These are old lady dilemmas. No, they're not. They're just anybody's dilemmas, I guess. 2 2. Ooh, so fun. And then 6 9 6 5. To the grid. Okay, the next row starts out with a 5 6 9 6. And then 4 2s. Ooh. And then 2 6s to the grid. Okay, the next row starts out 6, 9, 6. And then 5 twos. And then a 3, ooh, and a 6 at the grid. I did this in the fir tree, and I'm just not sure if I'm going to like it or not. We'll see. Who knows? Okay, we're going to start getting blanks again, and pretty soon they're going to be considerable. So I'll go slow, and it'll be okay. The next row starts out 6, 9, 6 again. And then 5 twos. A single 3. And this is a blank. So just leave it be, just the way it is. Okay, the next row starts out with a 9. And then a 6. And then we have 6 twos. A single 3. And then a blank. The next row starts out with a 6, 9. And then 6 twos. A single 3. And a blank at the grid. You've got to take this as a whole too, you know, as it passes on to the next grid, there'll be other, you know, blanks as well. So you got to look at it in terms of that. Okay, this next one starts out with a 2. Bam. And then a 6. Bam. And then 5 twos. A single 3. Bam. And it is diagonal in from the 3 below it. A blank. And then a 2 at the grid. Okay. So that's where your blank is at. Okay, the next row starts out with 7 twos just right off the bat. Just like that. A single 3, and it is directly above the 3 below it. A blank, and then a 2 again. Just like that. Okay, the next row starts out with 6 twos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 twos. A single 3, and it's now diagonal from the 3 beneath it. This is a blank, and then 2 twos to the grid. So it looks like that. The blank is diagonal. Okay? Okay, the next row starts out with 5 twos. A single 3. A blank. And 3 twos at the grid. So the blank is diagonal. Very good. Okay, the next row starts out with 3 twos. Two threes. Ooh, 2 threes. Go figure. That's a blank. And now go to the grid and put 4 twos. Coming back. So your blank is on your diagonal again. So it looks like that. Okay, now we start out with just 1, 2, and now 2 3s. Wow. 2 blanks, and go to the grid and bring out 5 2s. There you go. There's your 2 blanks, just like that. Okay, this next one starts with a single 3. And now 2 blanks. And go to the grid on the opposite end and come out 7 2s. Just like that. So now you have diagonals again. Okay. Now this is going to be a little tricky if you don't have any throw block behind you, like I don't have any throw block behind me. This next row has a blank at the beginning and then a 3. So I'm going to throw a block, put my 3, and get rid of that. So I keep my blank right there. Okay. So now I have blank, a 3, and then it's just 2s to the grid. Like that. Got it? Easy peasy. The next row is identical. A blank at the beginning, a single 3, and then 2s to the end of the grid. Like so. The next row has a 2 at the grid, and then a blank, and then a 3, and then 2s to the grid. So now we're starting to diagonal back with our blanks. A single 2, the grid, a blank, a 3, and then 2s to the grid. And now 2 2s and a blank. That's a blank. Then a 3, and then 2s to the grid. And now 3 2s and a blank, a single 3, and then 2s to the grid. It's the same thing, it's just diagonaling back now. And now 4 2s and a blank, blank, and a 3, and then 4 2s to the grid. Yeah. Okay, the next row starts out with 3 3s. A 2, a blank, and then a 3, and then 4 2s to the grid. Like that. Okay, this next row is a tricky one. It has 3 blanks at the beginning. 1 blank, 2 blanks, 3 blanks, and then a 3. And then 2 more blanks. Wow. And then 4 2s to the grid. Interesting, huh? Okay, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We need a 10. Ooh, 10. Bring that 10 down to your one spot. The next row, throw it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then that's a blank. And then we need a 3. So I'm going to actually throw it 4 times, put the 3 on, and then erase it. So 3 10s, a blank, and a 3. Start the row. And then I have another blank again, and then 4 2s to the grid. So you could actually designate a color for a blank if you want, but you don't have to. Just leave it blank and then decide. Okay, the next row, we're just going to start with some 7s. Ooh, 7s. So we need 2 7s. And then 2 10s. Remember the 10 is in our one spot. And then a blank. So this is a blank. And then we need 2 3s. And then 3 2s to the grid. Yeah, bet. I like it. Keep the 10 in your one spot. The next row starts with 3 7s. A single 10, which is already in our one spot. And this is a blank. And then a 3. And then another blank. Gosh. And then a 3. And then 2 2s to the grid. So see, this is kind of what makes this intermediate is it's a lot of, I don't know, imagination and, and seeing the blanks and everything. So for little kids, it might be hard. They might not understand the concept of blank. All right, now we need an 11. So let's go ahead and put that 10 back and bring that 11 down. Ooh, pretty dark. And throw 1 11 and then 3 7s. 1 2 3 7s. This is a blank, and then we need a 10. But before we put our 11 away, go back to the beginning here. And on the next row, throw it twice. And then the row above that on the second one up. So, just like so. So going back to this row now that starts with a single 11 and then it goes 7 7 7. Then we have a blank. And now we need a 10. So putting the 10 down. And then another 10. And this is a blank. And then a 3 and a 2 to the grid. Wow, a lot of blanks. It's okay. We can do it. Okay, the next row we already put the 2 11s down. So now we need 2 7s. That's a blank. And then another 7. And now we need some 10s, which we already have in our one spot. We need 2 of them. And then a blank there. And then a 3 at the grid. So it looks like that. Okay, time to put the 10 back and bringing a 16 down. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16 is that dark, dark, dark purple. And on the next row it goes 16 and then the 11 that we put in already. And then another 16. That's a blank. And now we need the 11 back again. Okay, so I need a throw block for that 11, so I'm going to just throw it twice and then erase. So to repeat the beginning of this line, it starts out with 16, 11, 16, blank, 11, and now 2 7s. Very good. And now we need to put the 11 back and bring the 10 down, because now we need 2 10s and this is a blank at the grid. So it looks like that. We're doing it. We're getting it. Okay, the next row starts out with a single 16 and then a single 18. So I brought the 16 down. I'm going to put the 16 back. Now I'm bringing the 18 down. Bam, throwing it once. I'm going to put the 18 back. Put the 16 in your one spot. You're going to need it. This next one is a blank and then the 16. So I'm going to throw the 16 twice and then erase the blank like that. Now we need 2 11s. 1, 2 11s, 2 7s, and then a 10 and a blank. Bringing my 10 down, 10, and then that one is a blank. And you can just put a 10 here and a 10 there, so 2 more 10s vertically on that. Okay, the next row starts with an 18, so we're going to put the 10 back. Bring the 18 down, just throw it one time. And then we have a blank, and then a 16. So I'm going to throw my 16 twice, erase it for the blank. And now I need 3 11s. 1, 2, 3 11s, 2 7s, oops, 2 7s, a 10 that we threw vertically just a second ago, and then a blank. So that is good right there. Okay, that next row starts with a blank and then an 18. So I'm going to throw the 18 twice and erase the first one since it's a blank. So blank, 18, and then I need a 16. Put the 18 back in its spot. Bring the 16 down and just throw it once. It's just a one throw. And now I need 3 11s. So I got to put that darn 16 back and bring down the 11. Throw it 3 times. And now 2 7s. Fortunately already in our belt. The 10 that we threw vertically before. And a blank. So see, it's helpful to throw ahead of time. It saves you time, and eventually I'll start doing that more and more as we move on into the advanced. Okay, that next row starts out with an 18. So put that 11 back, bring that 18 down. It's a single 18 and then 2 blanks. And then a 16. And then an 11. All these different shades of purple. And then 2 7s. Whew, something in our belt we don't have to change out. And then a 10. And it is diagonal from the other 10. And then a blank. And then a 3 at the grid. So here we come back with the blanks again. Okay, that next row starts out 16, 18, 16. So go ahead and start with the 16. 16. I'm just going to throw it 3 times because I need a space for the 18. So 16, and now I need an 18, and then I have a 16 already put in spot. That way I don't have to switch out twice. I'm going to throw my 18. And now I have 3 blanks. 1, 2, 3 blanks, and then a 2, and then 3 4s to the grid. It's a different color green. Okay, the next row starts out with a 16. Keep focused, we're almost done. 3 11s. So I'm putting that 16 back, bringing the 11 down. 1, 2, 3 11s, a 7, a 10, this is a blank, and then a 2, and then 2 blanks to the grid, like that. All right, let's bring the 11 down. We'll practice a little bit of advanced, okay? So we're gonna just skip ahead just slightly. Put 3 11s here. And then the next row up, put 2 11s. Good. And now put the 10 in your belt. You're ready. Going back to the row that we just put 3 11s in. Put in 3 7s. A single 10, which we just put in our 1 spot. Bam. A blank. And then a 3 and a 4. So I'm just going to go ahead and go backwards and go 4 and 3. See that? So it goes blank, 3 4. Got it? Okay. Oh, we're getting close to being done, you guys. The next row starts out with 2 11s. But before we do that, go over here to your 10 and throw it vertically 2 more times like that. So we'll have pre-thrown for that because we already got the 11s out, so we're cool. Okay, so here's the 2 11s that we threw before. And now we want 4 7s. A single 10. A blank, a 3, and then a blank. Okay? Keep that 10 in your belt. We're still using it. Okay, the next row starts out with a blank, and then we go directly to 4 7s. And then 2 10s, so 10, 10 that we threw vertically, a blank, and then a 3 4. So once again, I'm going to throw the 4 first and then the 3 coming from the grid so that I can create that blank. Okay, moving on. We have the 10 in our 1 spot, so we're going to use it next. First one is a blank, and then we have 5 10s. And then we have a blank and a 2. So I'm going to throw the 2 twice, and then erase 1. And then we have a 3 at the grid, and a blank in right before it. Okay, that next row starts out with a single 2 And then 5 blanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blanks. Wow. And then 2, 2, 4, 3. So I'm going to throw a 2 so that I can get a 2. And then I'm going to erase that. 2, 2, 4, 3. Like that. A lot of blanks in that row. That's kind of weird. It'll be a lot of light, I guess. Okay, that next row starts out with 7 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then a single 3. And then a blank and a 3. Phew. An easy row. Okay, that next row starts out with 7 2s again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then 4, 3, 3. No blanks. Nice. Oops, that's a 5. No blanks on that row. Phew. It's kind of nice, huh? It won't last long. The next row starts with 6 2s. A single 3. A blank. And then a 3 and a 4 to the grid. Okay, that next row starts out with 5 2s. A 3, a 4, a 3, a 4, and a 3 to the grid. Okay, the next row starts out with 5 2s. A single 3, a blank, and then 4 3 4 to the grid. Okay, the next row starts out with 4 2s. A 3, a 4, a 3, and then 3 4s to the grid. Almost done. Getting there. Getting very close to the 1s again. As a matter of fact, the next row will have them. So, 3 2s starts this row. 1, 2, 3. A 3, a blank, and then a 3 again. And then 3 4s. And then we're back to a 1. And so I don't confuse anyone. I'm going to go ahead and fill in some of the 1s. It's just background color. And then I'll just take it out after the piece is done for my personal use in the PixelArt. Okay, the next row starts out with 3 3s and a 4. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. And then 3 4 4. And then 3 1s to the grid. Like so. Okay, the next row starts out with a 3 and then a blank and then a 4. Oops, sorry. 3, blank, and then a 4. And then a blank again and then another 4. And then 5 1s to the grid. Okay, the next row starts out with a blank and then a 7. Ooh. Blank and then a 7. So I'm just going to throw 2 7s and then erase the first one. And then a blank. And then it's 1s to the grid. So just come back 7 1s. There you have that line there. All right, we need a 10 again. So I'm going to bring the 1 up and the 10 down. And we're going to go a blank and then a 10. And then a blank and then 1s. All the way to the grid. Like that. Okay, the next row starts out with 13s. What? 13s? What's that? 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, that's right. So we have a 13, and this is a 1, and then a 13 again. So I'm going to throw another 13 like that and erase it, and then replace with the proper 1. Like that. And then it's also 1s to the grid. So it looks like that. Okay, and then there are 2 more rows of 1. Like I said, I'll put them in, and then I'll just take them out later. Very good. So that's the beginning, of our Faberge egg. I really like, the light in that's going to be cool. If I do replace all those blanks with light, that's just going to be beautiful. And then the light behind the slime block, that's also going to be beautiful. Very pretty. Well, what do you think? I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. So coming from here, coming from my rail line, you're just going to be coming out of the gem area, and you'll be which is underwater, and you'll come into the upper gem area, which is above water. You'll be seeing this big egg here. The church. This is church. But it's not done yet. I just started. And if you want to know how to make this, you're going to have to watch in Castle Design or Hardcore. It's not hard. It's not done. It's far from done. But how cool is it? It looks really cool. I like the shape of this. I did this once in my hardcore game because I didn't have a whole lot of material, and I was just like, oh, I like this. So see, happy accidents. So it turned out really well. And you can see it's also how you can tell whether you're square or not. And this is not square. One side is higher than the other. You can see and then one side has 3, and one only has 2. But you can hide those mistakes without having to go through the whole thing and correcting them again. Lots to do there. Let's stand right here in my little... Oh, it's so pretty. How lovely it is. You can't really see anything. That's just the way it is. All right, I'm out of here. Hug, 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 hug. Kiss. Cheek. Kiss. Cheek. We'll rejoin again next week. I'll see you then on the sleek. I'm having a nice little tweak. No, I'm not, except for a caffeine leak. Yes, that's true. Take a peek. I'll see you again next week. Be nice to animals and kids, please. Please, 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 I beg you, be nice to animals and kids. Bye. I'm out. Happy Tuesday, or Tuesday evening, or Wednesday morning, whatever it is that you're at. I gotta sneeze. Bye.